My God, I'm doing a live stream after such. All right, I think this is set. I don't remember. Acha, this is the way. I guess. My God, how do I keep this mobile for such a long time like this? All right. Anyone who was there in the previous chat, who was there in the previous live stream, if you can um, just post that this is the new live stream that we have created. Anyone who can please help with this. Till then, I'm just setting up the tripod. I'm doing a live stream on my mobile after such a long time, man. 1 minute. Let me just try and get this fixed. Oh, yo. Hey, Bhagwan. This is tricky. I think I'll have to do this. I'll keep the speaker up here on. Nahi ho raha. How do I handle this? Okay, I'll just try like this maybe, and go a little bit back. I think I've got this right, but just please wait for a minute. Am I properly visible? Just tell me yes or no. And am I properly audible? Okay, I just need to tell everyone who is a part of the previous stream, I need to close that as well. So please wait for a minute. I'll just paste this live stream link on the previous stream. Okay, and please join this new link. Okay, I think it's done. Okay, Telegram, paste it on Telegram. Okay, I will do that. Telegram. Please wait for a minute, right? I hope you understand. So I generally use a streaming software which is called as StreamYard, and on that, so I can schedule a stream, and once the stream is scheduled, I can show certain. Okay, 1 minute. Yeah, Telegram को क्या हो गया? दो बार चला गया. आज कुछ खैर नहीं मेरी. Wow. All right. Chalo. So with that, let's start. First of all, I would want to welcome Rajashri Gupta, Vaishali, Shri Ram Kumar, Abdul Salam Hussain Khan, Pushkar Ogle, Abhishek Guliani, Revti, Chetan Malunskar, and Prasanna. Everyone, welcome to memberships and welcome to you all. Thanks a lot for joining the stream. Well, today's stream is again going to be special as always, and today we're going to focus on 2 or 3 important points. First important point that we have to discuss today is about the US inflation, right? The numbers which came up about the US inflation, many people expected. So there was a poll which was taken up, and the poll mentioned that many people felt that 8.6% could be the possible inflation figure. Many people said that maybe 8.8% could be the possible inflation figure, but 9.1, very few people had expected that figure, I guess so. But all in all, I think yesterday the markets did not really react so terribly. But if you have seen the opening of Dow Jones today, even if you are checking Nasdaq index right now, it is down by almost 1.5%, 1.5 or 1.6% right now. So all in all, US markets have started reacting negatively to the inflation numbers. Now please understand what happens if inflation numbers are really high. Okay, so let me just adjust one more time. Okay, now this is better. Okay, See, if inflation numbers are very high, the US has to adjust the interest rates. Okay, once the interest rates also go up, then what happens is that FIIs will start pulling out the money from Indian markets or any other emerging market, and they will be putting up in bonds, in fixed income securities, wherein the yields are going to be very good, right? They are at a very amazing level right now. So the reason, it's the simple reason why our markets were not able to crack that 16,200 level on the upward side, why we were not able to break it on the upward side, I believe one of the primary reason was because of inflation, right? So let me see if I can use my mobile and I can just flip the camera. Yes, all right. So just tell me if my screen is visible. I'm trying to do this for the very first time, right? uh, just please tell me if this is visible. I'm also going to show you some important, otherwise I share my screen, right? It's not visible, is it? Not clear. That's okay, that's okay. If it's not clearly visible, that's okay. I'm going to speak out the numbers properly. Maybe my camera is not that good. All right, maybe now it will be visible. No, okay, chalo. Are who is saying please share screen? There's a problem with the streaming software right now. What I'm showing you on the screen, first understand that, so that it will be very easy for you to digest what I'm saying. First of all, I'm going to tell you, whenever I'm saying that US inflation is bad, it's at 9.1 right now, we have to first understand what does the basket consist of. If I'm saying 9.1, what all parameters make up that 9.1 is the first thing that I'm going to tell you. Second thing, very important point that we are going to try and understand is that, is the inflation cool? I mean, could this be potentially the highest point of inflation? Could the prices start coming down from here, is what we are going to try and understand. And every single figure that you will be seeing on the screen right now, because there is a problem with the streaming software, I'm using my mobile front camera to show the screen, and I'm going to say all the figures. I'm going to say them loud, so don't worry if the figures are not properly visible, right? So if you have a look at this talks about what goes into the consumer price index. So if then we have to understand that majority, that is a 1/3 part of this heavy inflation, is because of shelter is basically because of the home prices. Roughly 14% is food and roughly 7.5% is energy. So even if I were to add up shelter, food and energy, this will cross more than 50% of whatever the inflation number is. Now the big question, the 1/3 part, shelter part, are there signs of cool off, yes or no? So for that, my favorite website, which is tradingeconomics.com, right? This is the website that I use the most. Those who have done my course on economics for stock market, I've discussed about this website in detail. So what I've done, I've gone into the US. Here you can see I've gone into the US tab, US mortgage backed securities wala tab, and here I'm just scrolling down, and here you can see, now I'm going to show you something related to existing home sales. So existing home sales is nothing but second hand sales, right? So if I were to click on existing home sales, here what you can see is the existing home sales are clearly going down. Now is this a good sign? The answer is definitely yes. Why? Because if the demand rise up, see, please understand, inflation is because of two things. One, it can be a supply side inflation, the other can be a demand side inflation, right? If we can at least, I mean, if the demand drops, at least the demand side inflation can go down. And here you can clearly see that the demand for housing, existing home sales especially, is definitely going down, right? So that's a good sign. Now let's try and talk about new home sales. I hope this is also easily visible. New home sales. Now if you see here, for new home sales also, it has gone down from roughly around December. It has started to cool off a little bit, and here you can see there is a fall for sure. And now if I go on to the last part, if you can see, inventory hota hai yahan pe, inventory, yes, here, okay, inventory, total housing inventory. And in inventory you will be able to see that the inventory is rising. Yes, absolutely, you can see here the inventory is rising, and this shows that the demand for housing is definitely cooling off a little bit, right? So if that be so, is that a positive sign? Answer is obviously yes, because if the demand pulls down, then the inflation, the rate at which the housing prices are going to go up, that will slow down. And if the rate at which housing prices goes up, if that rate comes down, is that going to be a positive sign? Obviously yes. Why? Because that is how 1/3 of the inflation basket is going to come down, right? So I hope this basic point about inflation is absolutely clear. Now, that said and done, that was one important part of our discussion. Now the big question is that why markets are not in a good mood today, especially the US markets. Let me just quickly check what is happening with Dow Jones. It has definitely recovered quite a bit. Dow Jones is down by almost 1%. Then Nasdaq is down by 1.25%, and S&P has recovered again quite a bit. It's barely down by 1%. Now, why did this happen? If you know, JP Morgan came up with their numbers, and the numbers were not really in line with the expectation. And whenever numbers are not in line with expectation, then automatically it a bad reaction is received from the market, and that's why you could see that right now the market has surely shown some signs of negativity, right? Big question is, will this carry forward on to the next day for India? Of course, it's important to check the closing price, and once the closing for today is seen, then maybe we can get a better confidence on this, right? So as of now, I believe that some quarterly numbers which will start coming up, not only in USA but in India, if the numbers are not up to the expectation, I repeat, if the numbers are not up to the expectation, we might see a correction, a further correction in the market. The big question, the $1,000,000 question is, what could be the next support on Nifty? Now, if you remember, in the previous Thursday live stream, I had talked about, or I had discussed about the level of 16,200, right? Okay, now again let me share my screen. It's okay again if it's not very very clearly visible, but I'll still try and zoom, and I will of course say it loud. So what you can see on the screen right now, I'll just try to make it my best. Okay, this is the level wherever my mouse cursor is right now. This level, okay, is of 16,200. It tested it once, twice, and zup. It has given up 3 days back to back, right? Now if we try and draw a Fibonacci level from the highs, okay, so this is the high that we are talking about, from this high to this low. If I were to draw a Fibonacci level quickly, connecting 1 and 2, then you can see that this level of 23, was the market able to sustain the 16,000 mark? So if you see this is yesterday was the first time that it cracked below 16,000. Today also it closed below 16,000, and with this I believe that the next support for the market, which we have already talked about many times, is the 15,750 mark. I want everyone to note this level. 15,750 mark will be an important level which will be tested. If we are not able to sustain above that, then we might see a further crackdown. But I believe that 15,750 is definitely a very good strong support, and we might see that market may bounce back from this level, right? So an important level to note there as well. As far as the Indian Q1 results are concerned, Mindtree gave a mind-blowing number. They saw 36.16% jump in the sales on a YOY basis. EBITDA grew at 41.81% YOY basis. PAT was up 37.6% YOY basis. In fact, the company has mentioned that they saw highest ever order book of $570 million during the quarter. So Mindtree, everyone was pleasantly surprised with the results of Mindtree, because the moment it's about IT results, everyone is talking only about one point right now. It's about the increasing inflation. That is the one part, but the second important part for inflation, for IT sector, is the attrition rate. In spite of the attrition rate, please understand, the replacement cost becomes high, and in spite of all these challenges, Mindtree has definitely made it beyond. I mean, they have posted numbers which beat the expectations, and that is the reason why the stock price, of course, reacted positively in that way. They have also mentioned in their results that with revenues of $399.3 million, up 5.5% in constant currency growth on the back of demand for digital capabilities. Please understand this. This was their sixth consecutive quarter of more than 5% revenue growth in constant currency. So a good result all in all by Mindtree. HCL Tech and TCS both was a mixed bag. In fact, TCS though did not even exceed the expectations, and that is the reason why we saw that TCS stock did not perform really well. In fact, it did see some sort of negative reaction. So let's see how other companies come up with their results. It will be interesting to watch. Um, yeah, so these were a few important points that I wanted to mention. I'll quickly see if there are any questions that I have right now. So I've now started the chat section. Let me see if I did get some super chats in the previous stream, I guess. Okay, Ashok says, hi ma'am, please kindly give me suggestion about Hero Motor Corp. Oops, my bot price is 2950 and Bank of Maharashtra. Hero Motor Corp fundamentally not bad, but I think for two-wheelers a little bit bumpy road ahead. So if you are from a long-term perspective, it should be fine. Bank of Maharashtra never tracked it, to be honest, so no views on that. Gurudat says, ma'am, do you trade in F&O regularly? If yes, then please share your strategy. It will be helpful, ma'am. And newbie, what should do, option selling or buying? Gurudat, yes, I do trade in F&O, but regularly, as in I don't do a lot of intraday F&O. I do carry positions. So I would not be looking into the chart every single time. Thankfully, I have few team members who know what positions are open, and they keep on watching, and if they feel that some important level is broken, they'll just come to me, ma'am, toot gaya level, right? So we do some adjustments. Generally, majority of the times I would have some sort of hedging done for the trades that I've taken. At the beginning of the month, typically I do take hedged positions, and then if I get a stronger conviction about a specific trend, then I may remove the hedge that I've taken, but not every single time though. Okay, who am I? Am I more an option buyer or am I more of an option seller? My answer is an option seller. So yeah, I do futures as well, but as far as options are concerned, hardly I do any sort of option buying. Majorly I'm into option selling. Gives me more comfort. Of course, it does require a little bit more capital, but that's how I have I think I have built this capital for F&O for a long period of time. And a big request to everyone that if you're wanting to go into option selling, you should have at least 1 to 2 lakhs of spare capital. चलो ठीक है, 2 लाख तक हम स्पेयर कर सकते हैं. When you reach that level, that should be the time when you should be doing option selling, right? Otherwise you should avoid F&O segment only, is what my thought process is. I might be a little bit conservative, but yeah, I mean, if you have very limited capital, I think you should stick to investing through mutual funds and through stocks. Avoid F&O is what I believe. All right, any other questions? Was there some? Hemanjit ko to namaskar hai. Okay, I don't have any other question here, and on my mobile device I'm not able to see a lot of chats. I don't know why. My name is Prasanna. 4 to 5% inflation is good for economics as per academics. So 7 to 8% inflation should be good for growing emerging economy like India. Please, can you share your thoughts? Yes, absolutely. Why not? We are not that bad as far as inflation is concerned. Inflation is very much within our limits. The bigger problem is with USA right now. They are struggling like anything to bring it under control. But hopefully, with the housing thing that I told right now, plus as far as the energy is also concerned, I did read an article which mentioned that the Biden government may propose a 3-month gas tax holiday as well, right? So if they give certain concessions as far as the taxation on gas is concerned, energy basically, so that is where the inflation might again come in control. I think I'm not getting the chats real time because I can see pretty late chats coming up. Ratik Pant is the new chat that I can see. Bought TCS at 3070. Any comments, please? Ratik, TCS is like. TCS is. Whoa. My god. Zoom out. अरे क्या हो गया? I don't think any stock also might have crashed this bad, but my mobile did right now. So TCS is fantastic from a long term perspective. Don't worry at all. You have invested in a good stock. It's a fundamentally strong stock. Don't worry on that. All right. Any other questions? It's so uncomfortable doing a live stream on mobile because I'm not so much used to it. And as I mentioned, I think I'm not getting the chats. Last chat that I can see is at 9:27. It's 9:31. It just can't happen that 4 minutes. Not even a single chat that I've received. So okay, ma'am, right time to re-enter Dixon? Question mark. I feel that still not the right time. Would be a little bit wait and watch scenario. I'm not entering right now. If I were to enter or re-enter, I would be surely mentioning that in the community tab post. So for those who are the pro investor members, please ensure that you are visiting the community tab post and seeing the posts that I've written out there, right? Any other quick questions? Else I sign off. I have talked about the important points. I hope you're also watching the shorts and reels. We are trying to make more and more newer and newer content on shorts as well as reels. Plus, I hope those who are pro investor members, I hope you have watched my latest stock of the month, which I did on Monday. Very interesting stock of the month this time I had discussed. So don't forget to watch that as well. I think I should wrap up the stream. Till then, take care. Jai Hind and bye bye.